Welcome back to Moto Remy. Today we're talking about the helmet, and I actually have a second helmet on the way, a little different style, but this one is an Icon Airform. In particular, it is the Lycan one, and a couple reasons why I got this one. Number one, gotta just lay this out there, $134. It was on closeout. They're changing the helmet up a little bit. I don't know if they're getting rid of the Airform or just there's going to be an Airform 2 or whatever. But it fit all my other criteria and was cheap. So like everything else for my gear, I don't know what I'm going to like or care about going forward. I wanted equipment that was up to the task, not junk, but I didn't want to spend a ton of money until I knew what I wanted, what was going to matter to me. So for what does matter to me, I wanted an ECE rated helmet, not just DOT. I wanted the ECE because I feel like it's a better standard for safety. I think the DOT one is very out of date and minimal. I agree with everybody else. I am a safety professional. It's what I do for a living. And I looked over the DOT testing methods and criteria, and I said, okay, this isn't 1950. We can do better than this. And ECE, I wouldn't say it's perfect. The new one that's coming out, I think is much better. But, helmets for that are still crazy money. So going forward, I expect I will spend a lot more money on a helmet, but this is what we've got for now. As you can see, I did decide to keep it. I put my GoPro mount on it. It is not perfect. I didn't seal up the edges perfectly and everything. It is what it is. We've got a visor, and this is going to be loud in the mic, but comes all the way up, goes all the way down, including the just barely open for airflow or clicked in, locked in place, snug. Got a vent up top. No controllable vents down bottom. You've got some vents down here, and right here, but you can't close them. You can close them off from the inside if you want, but you'd be, tape over it or something. But it isn't something you have control over on the ride, which we'll see how that works out with a microphone. Over on the side here, we've got the switch. This is something they didn't talk about in the reviews. The visor has a halfway portion. The internal sun visor has a halfway position. It's just enough to take the sun glare out from the sky. A lot of times when you're riding, that sun is coming down at an angle and it's just glaring. Or the sky is very bright and it's overloading your eyeballs compared to the road. This is a very common thing. This is why we have sun visors in cars. Well, this has got the equivalent of a sun visor without completely blocking your view. Or drop it all the way down, great. Now, obviously you could see all this in the RevZilla review or any other review. I'm just laying out what my requirements were. Things I think that it should have that it doesn't, that I will be keeping an eye on for future ones. There's no chin guard in terms of air control. There's no, pad right here to cut out the wind noise. I think this is going to be a pretty loud helmet on the road. I take that from when you tap like this, it's loud in the helmet. It is not quiet. Overall, pretty comfy. It was really snug at first. It had me a little worried. I've been wearing it, take it off, put it on, take it off, put it on. I've got a couple plastic containers that when they're together fit right there and stretch, push it against the pads, push it open a little bit. And I've been putting those in, leaving them there for a couple hours, take them out. Trying to a forced break in because I've got to wear this for 2 full days starting Tuesday. I don't have time to break in normally, and I don't have a bike to ride, so I'm just wearing it around my apartment all the time. So I am trying to forcing the break-in period, but I think I'm pretty much done. I think it's loose enough that it is no longer going to be an issue, I guess is the best way to put it. it was tight enough that I would not have been able to wear it for the length of time I needed. But I could tell that it would get there. Otherwise, I would have sent it back. So overall, I really like the helmet. I think that it is an excellent helmet at the price point it was. And I think for $134, $135 that I paid, perfect. Could not be happier. The only thing I don't like the lack of control here, and I don't like the lack of control in those vents. But again, we're nitpicking, and I think that I'll like having them open like that all the time, except for recording, and I'll have to figure something out. One thing I do want to add, I can already tell these gloves are not going to be my long-term gloves. I may keep them around. I will definitely be using them. However, somebody at Alpine Stars was not thinking this through. This top textile layer grabs Velcro like crazy. Now, I'm sorry, but half of the motorcycle gear out there has Velcro on it. They've got Velcro tabs, they've got Velcro poles, they've got, Velcro's everywhere these days. I've got fuzzies accumulating on the tops of these pads already. They're a couple days old from Velcro. They grab on and they don't want to let go. Now, I'm sorry, but that was stupid. You couldn't have used a textile up there that didn't do that. Anyway, have fun all. Take care.